Hey there, welcome to the Academy. It's September 2nd, 2020. I'm Scott, joined by Jason. We're both from the Academy, and today we're feeling very lucky to have Mike Cook from Training Division to talk about the career of firefighting. Mike, thanks so much for joining us. I understand you've worked today, you've done your physiotherapy work today, and you're still joining us. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I just finished shift from a 24-hour shift yesterday. So I finished at 7:30 this morning, drove from Barrie back down to Burlington to treat some patients. And that's kind of how it started. So I'll kind of give you a little bit of background of what I did and how I went into the career of firefighting. And then we can start with the slideshow. So I'm an athletic therapist, massage therapist. I have my doctorate in acupuncture. I did some work in the CFL with the Montreal Alouettes in 2006. I was looking into the fire career right before I went out to Montreal. I applied for Burlington, made it to the third stage. It just didn't happen at that time. As I came back, I did some work with Rugby Canada, traveled the world, and I started treating a lot of firefighters. And I started noticing these firefighters had a lot of time off, or they had two jobs, and I wasn't too sure on how that was happening. So I looked at their schedule, and this is when they moved to a 24-hour schedule. And they had, they only worked 7 or 8 days a month. So they had all this free time to do the things that they wanted to do. So I looked into the schooling and realized that I couldn't do a full-time school. I was married, I had kids, I had a mortgage, and full-time school was $16,000-$17,000, and I couldn't take that much time off work. So I forgot about the fire career for a bit. But when I was in Wales, one of the guys who plays pro for Scotland told me about this schooling training division that you can do online. And I looked into it, and I ordered my books from Wales that day. And as soon as I arrived back in Canada in December, I started my school. So I'd like to start kind of with the PowerPoint. We can run the PowerPoint. I'll kind of talk to you about Training Division, and we can go from there.
Training Division Fire Academy provides the best and most realistic training experience available. This is accomplished not only through the theory components of the training we provide, but also through the boot camp experience. Training Division Fire Academy's campuses include the classrooms, kitchen and eating areas, living room, as well as the bunk room that can sleep up to 32 students. Once the students are at boot camp, they're going to be divided into engine companies and put into groups. Those groups will then be assigned different tasks throughout the week, including kitchen and cleanup duties, as well as other duties throughout the week. It's not all hard work, though. Our campus includes areas for rest, relaxation, sports, games, self-study, as well as free Wi-Fi to connect with friends and family if you choose to. This all under one roof boot camp experience not only gives the students the tools they need to succeed as a firefighter, but the experience they need to succeed on the job. If you have any questions about the boot camp experience or any other questions about the programs at all, please go to our website, www.trainingdivision.com, and track us down there. Just go to the contact page, email us, call us. We'd be happy to share more about how we can help you succeed in your career as a firefighter.
Perfect. So we'll go to the next slide after that. Okay, so what does your scholarship entail? So basically, when you enroll...
Vincent Ojeda. I'm 24 years old.
Sorry?
I'm from Dallas, Texas.
So when you enroll into Training Division, and with the scholarship, basically you have 1 year to finish your online schooling. Once you have finished your online portion, most people can finish it in 4.5 months. Some people have done it in 2 months. Myself, it took me, I think it was about 5.5 months, but my mother-in-law was passing away at the time, so it took a little longer. What do you get with this? So when you graduate, you'll graduate with your firefighter 1, your firefighter 2, and your hazmat. So for most departments, this is the minimum that you need in order to apply. Just to even apply, you need your firefighter 1, your firefighter 2. Just in Ontario, I think the only city that doesn't ask for this is the city of Hamilton. every other city that I know of, this is the minimum. Each member is responsible on getting their own way down to Texas. But once you're down there, a shuttle bus will pick you up. We'll take you to the school, to the facility, and get you ready. Next slide. So basically, it's $1,000 that's put aside for the CFLPA members. What we can also do is we can reserve certain boot camps for you. So training division usually runs anywhere from 22 to 24 boot camps a year. We understand that when you're in season, you can't go down there and do your boot camp. So we give you preference over our other students once you finished your online and you need to book. Additional costs and things that you will get. So your tuition, which will be the next page anyway, I think right now tuition is about $6,200 or so. You guys get $1,000 off, and what you get with that is 3 meals a day, snacks, a place to sleep, laundry facilities, Wi-Fi. And this is why I went with this place. There's other schools out there that have great fire programs. But with those places, you have to rent a car, you have to rent a place to stay, you got to go grocery shopping. And everyone knows after a full day of training camp, when you're doing, 2-a-days, or you're doing film in the morning and then in the afternoon, you're doing practice and hitting, the last thing you want to do would be to drive all the way home, cook dinner for yourself, and then study for the next day. That's why everything is always provided for you. That's the same here. This is why I went with this school, went with training division. There's also laundry facilities on site, which is good. Additional costs. So you're going to need to buy books, which will probably cost you about $150. You can buy that on Amazon. You can buy them used. You can borrow them from a friend. Training division doesn't care where you get it from, but you just need a book to help you through your online portion. You'll also need black steel toe boots and 2 pairs of navy cargo pants. Those are the only additional costs besides your plane ticket down to Texas. Next. Okay, so here is my schedule. I think this was back in 2017. So click, and you can click a couple times. So as you can see in my schedule here, I work the red section. For me, that is C platoon. I only usually work 7 or 8 days a month, depending on how that schedule falls. Obviously, with vacation pays and lieu days, go ahead, keep clicking. Keep clicking more. You'll see these X's represent some of the days that I had off. So I had a few weeks in August off. September, keep clicking for December. More. Good. So after my holidays and after I picked my lieu days, I worked 81 days that was back in 2017. As of this year, I got another week's vacation. So I think I'm down to about 79 days. So I worked 79 days in the whole year. That year in 2017, I think I had from December, 10th off. And then I had holidays in January. So I had December 10th till January 14th off. I worked 1 day. It was awesome. Next. Again. Okay, why? Why would you want to become a firefighter? Reason 1, definitely honor. Just like the CFL, NFL, fire department, not everyone gets to wear this uniform, right? It's an honor to wear this uniform. You're representing the league, you're representing the city. People look up to firefighters. not once when I've come to someone's house and told them that I have to go inside while they wait outside, that they're worried that I'm going to see something. They let me into their house, no problems whatsoever. You don't see that if you're a cop. They deny you in, they don't allow you entry, but with firefighters, they let you in. It's the honor of being there for somebody when they're in their, when they're at their worst, and hopefully you can help them out. Next. Lifestyle. Like I mentioned earlier, we only work 7 to 8 days a month. This doesn't include holidays. That means you have more time to do what you want. So you can help coach, your kids' teams. You can live at the cottage. So a lot of my friends, when they became firefighters, they sold their house in the city and they went and moved up to the cottage. And that's where they live now. You can be a stay-at-home dad. You can help out with the family. You can have another job, right? It's the lifestyle. Next. Reason 3, job availability. So as a firefighter, we have mandatory retirement at the age of 60. Now, if you're in Toronto, it's 65. And with all the baby boomers right now, they're all retiring. So the cities have to hire. It's mandatory. They have to keep the same amount of coverage as that they've always had. So if 50 guys retire, they need to hire 50 guys. And right now, for the next 3 to 5 years, you're seeing big cities like Toronto, Mississauga, Brampton, Hamilton. They're hiring anywhere from 100 to 200 firefighters a year. So that makes the next 3 to 5 years the easiest time to ever get on in my lifetime to become a firefighter. And I'm 45 right now. Click. Okay. Why else would you want to become a firefighter? Great perks. When I first started, I started at $65,000. Right now, I'm sitting just around 106, and I know within the next 2 years I'll be at 110,000. So I'm making $106 to $110,000 a year for working 7 to 8 days a month, not including holidays. So it's a great income. Next. Extended healthcare. As athletes, you guys are used to getting treated. You can go into your therapist clinic and get treated for free every day by the athletic therapist, by the massage therapist, by the chiros that show up there. And obviously, after your career, you're probably still going to need some therapy. So with this, as a firefighter, obviously you get extended healthcare. So I currently right now have unlimited physiotherapy. I have 750 of chiro, 750 of massage, 750 osteo. I get eye care, dental coverage. Pretty much everything. Next. Job security. We are part of a union. The reason why municipalities look for pro athletes is because they don't want, they're trying not to hire somebody who can't get along with other guys. They're looking for guys that understand the locker room mentality, because that's kind of what it is at the fire hall. It's like a locker room. So our job security is, it's almost impossible to get fired once you get on. People do dumb stuff all the time. There's always car accidents happening. There's always little fires happening. So they're not going to get rid of the fire service. Next. Job fulfillment. So as we touched base on this earlier, it's the fact that you're helping other people. You're seeing the joy on what you can bring to people. You're seeing the smile on kids' faces as you drive by. They're waving at the fire truck. Or when you're grocery shopping, they come running up to you. They ask you if you're really a firefighter. In here, I also say sometimes the moms do too. But there is a good job fulfillment when you've done something well or you've helped someone else. People have been, bad car accidents, or they're stuck. Even just a kid sticking their head through a fence and getting their head stuck. Well, going in there and being able to get the right tools to pry it open and help that kid out. So there is a lot of good job fulfillment with this. Next. Job variety. You're not doing the same thing every day. Every day there's something different. One shift you might
Hi, Mike. Sorry, there we go. Just couldn't hear you for a sec.
Yeah, no worries. I just unmuted. Next slide. Okay, easy transition. As mentioned earlier, it is like a locker room. There's a lot of banter, back and forth. There's busting each other's chops. There's a lot of laughing. There's the physical fit component. So it's an easy transition for pro athletes to move into this environment. So you need to stay physically fit. You need to have situational awareness. I always like to give this as a DB, as you're backpedaling, your head's on a swivel, you're looking around, you're seeing what's going on. It's the same when you show up onto a scene, your head's on a swivel. You're needing to see, what you're walking into. So it's that situational awareness. The transition of knowing the chain of command. If you are a middle linebacker and you have something that you're not happy with, you're going to talk to your captain first, who's on the field. And then from there, if you're not happy, you're going to talk to the linebacker coach. Then you're going to talk to the defensive coach. Then from there, you'll probably talk to the head coach. Then from there, you can talk to the CEO or the GM. Sorry, the GM. You wouldn't just go straight to the head coach, right? You're jumping the chain of command there. So that's the same at the fire department. You're going to talk to your captain. Then you would talk to your platoon chief. Then you would talk to the deputy chief. Then you have the other chief. So knowing the chain of command, knowing what it is to be a rookie, when to shut your mouth, when to listen, then slowly transitioning and becoming a veteran and knowing how to help coach others and help the new rookies coming in and how to adapt to the environment. Next. Great perks of the jobs. It's a brotherhood. They encourage fitness. We get to go grocery shopping. We eat dinner. We eat lunches every day. We get to drive big red trucks really fast and make loud noises. There's a reason why, if you ask any firefighter, they'll tell you it's the best job in the world. There's also a reason when you get hired, they call it the golden handshake, because you're pretty much set for life. This is a career that I wish I did 10 to 15 years earlier. I love every day when I'm at work. It's awesome. And it's such a great transition for pro athletes to move into. Should be another clip. There should be another video here.
Yeah, another victory. Me and my crew making history. Walk around like you know what's up. Keep it down so you don't get crushed. Heart pumping, adrenaline flow. Hands up for a leveling show. These moves are unforgivable. See that? It's so subliminal. Watch the org, watch the org. Move a little bit, dance more. Watch the org, watch the org. Move a little bit, dance more. Can you believe what you're seeing right now? Ay, 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 ay. Can you believe what you're feeling right now? Nay, 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 nay. No, we never stop combat.
Okay, so that there was just obviously a quick little clip of a boot camp that has recently gone on, and just showing a little bit of some of the training that goes on that day. Like as I mentioned earlier, after doing a whole day of pulling hose and doing classwork, they were pretty exhausted. The last thing you want to do is get in a car and drive somewhere and then go cook for yourself. So just to recap, currently right now, you're looking at a great career that's making over 6 figures, working 7 to 8 days a month. It's like a locker room. They encourage fitness. Every day is a little bit different. You know, you can go from rope rescues to high angle rescues to water rescues. I know I've had some questions before about, well, you know, if I'm scared of heights, can I do this? Well, not everyone's comfortable going up ladders. Usually you have got 6 other guys around you that are. So if they know that you're not uncomfortable, you can stay at the bottom and hold that ladder, right? Some guys aren't comfortable with water. That's when you've got 6 other guys that are.
Mike, that was awesome. Thank you very much for doing that. Much appreciated, especially after a long day for you already.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for having me. I'd like to just put it out there. If the guys have any questions whatsoever, please send me a text, send me an email. I'll give you a call back and I can answer anything you need. My job is to make sure that you guys get hired. So even after you take this course, if you need help with your resume, if you need help with interview questions, I'm here for you guys. I'm here to help you guys get on and pursue this career in firefighting.
Great. And just in case you didn't see it, guys, we put Mike's email address and his phone number in the chat box, so you can copy that down as well. That's great. Mike, thank you so much for doing that. Lewis, Keenan, really appreciate you dropping in. If you think it's interesting, let the other guys know. We're going to put this video up and shoot it out through various social media so everyone can get a chance to see it. But if I was 30 years younger, I'd be hopping on this. Good on you guys.